naglolo ay kalong mo sa iyong kamay.
Devo-mission, devotion and mission. I grew up in a very religious family, and I think it's a reflection also of, in general, the Philippine society. We are very religious people, and at the same time, we are passionately in love with Mary. In this context, we can say that Filipinos are deeply devoted to Mary, and especially evident here in our Baclaran shrine, the shrine of our Mother of Perpetual Help, where 100 to 120,000 people come every Wednesday, and even more on the first Wednesdays. So I think as we are passionately devoted to Mary, we are also encouraged to see what is this devotion all about. And as I usually say, devotion can be understood in terms of how it is lived and how it is practiced. So one way of approaching or understanding devotion is to be able to see how people concretely express through devotional practices that particular love for Mary. For example, here in Baclaran, people write letters to Mary. As they write letters to Mary, letters of thanksgiving or letters of petitions, and particularly letters of petitions, they ask for help, various kinds of help, from financial, material, spiritual, as simple as having a job, finishing their studies and all. And as they write letters, you will notice that actually they just don't ask. They tell us their stories, their struggles in life. So I think devotion from this perspective means also there is a certain relationship, that there is a certain established relationship with Mary. That, for example, what happens is that people bring in their struggles, their daily struggles, and offer it to Mary. It's not simply asking, I want this. It is being naked and being true to Mary and being true to God. And this is something that we should not miss about devotion. It's about practices of opening up ourselves to the Lord. And this is also what I believe is what contemplation is all about. Contemplation is not just looking for visions, but it is from the very struggles of one's life. These are the material that people bring in their prayer, in their devotion, in their contemplation. So in other words, devotion is basically a practice wherein you recognize a relationship, and in that relationship you allow to be bare. You allow yourselves to be bare, and allowing God to be part of that, allowing Mary to be part of that. Now, with this devotion, I also recognize that it can be the danger of being self-absorbed. That is why I think it has to be linked with mission, so that our own experience of the divine is not imprisoned in our own little world, but our own experience of the divine becomes an occasion for us to go beyond ourselves. And this is also actually there in the devotional life of many people. For example, they will be not praying about themselves, but they will be praying for somebody else. And my classic example is I met this devotee, and she was praying here in Baclaran. And as she prays, she noticed somebody sitting on the other side of the pew. And as she continues to pray, she just noticed that her prayer shifted, and that her prayer says, not I, but please kindly listen to her. And She doesn't know that woman. She doesn't even know what she's going through. She just felt in her heart that this woman is undergoing so much pain and so much difficulties that her own pain allows her to be connected, to be related to that woman. So, in other words, again, we go back to the devotion not only as a personal experience, but an experience of a different kind of relationality, of relationships. So, in this way, these are seeds so that devotion can be missionary, can be missional, so that it reaches out to others. In classical spiritual language, it is via contemplativa related to via activa. That's why Devo-mission, devotion and mission, when they are integrated, is the marriage of prayer and action, the message of contemplation and service, the message of the marriage of via activa and via contemplativa. This way, then, we are called to be able to go beyond ourselves and reach out to others and proclaim in the process that our experience of being blessed and being graced is shared with another.